places too, and um, like being on a dating app. Sometimes even guys will lie of like what they're looking for, and they can be all talk. And so it's just hard in general, which I understand, but that's why, like I said, us women, if you're on a dating site, you need to use your power because most of these men on these sites, they'll settle for anything, but when they know a woman's in charge and a woman knows what she wants, chances are these guys will run after you because before I used to be that type of person on dating apps. I used to settle for like whatever a guy would want, but now like I've been on Bumble. I actually still have my Bumble profile, but I'm not even active on it. I'll casually window shop, but then like as the time goes down or like as the time runs out, I don't even they expire. So Bumble is like another dating platform where you actually match with a guy and you have 24 hours to message them first. And so even just nowadays, like I'm so busy, I don't even find myself on dating apps as much either. But sometimes when you're ready, there's nothing wrong with having a good distraction. But anyways, I'll move on to the next one. So according to the Pew Research of public perception about the safety of online dating, varies substantially by personal experience. A majority of Americans who have ever used dating site apps, where 71% see online dating as a very somewhat safe to meet someone, compared to 47% of those who have never used platforms. Among the public as whole, women are by far likely than men to say dating sites and apps are not safe way to meet people. Views on this question also vary substantially by age, educational attainment, and race and ethnicity. So, ladies, if anyone wants to chime in, do you think dating sites are a safe way of meeting people? I know, like I just read out like statistics, but in your opinion, do you think they're safe? It's a safe way to meet people?
Not really.
Anyone? Yeah. So.
No.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Correct.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes, and not really. Like, I think it's like no safer than any other way. So like if you meet someone online or if you use an app, it's just as dangerous. There's no, safe way. I mean, you can always meet them in a public place and, but you always have a risk and danger when you meet a stranger.
No, definitely. And that's why like if you do decide to meet someone, like there's definitely precautionary measurements you want to do before meeting someone, like making sure, first of all, that's a real person that you're talking to, aka catfish, like our old episode that we were talking about, and also meeting them in a public area, because I know like a lot of these dating apps, for example, some guys are like, hey, like I know there's a shelter in place, but we can just meet at my place. And I did have this app like during shelter in place, and I was like, no, I think I'm going to stay single during this shelter in place. Okay, how about you? Anyone else want to share their opinion about this? Do you think dating sites are a safe way of meeting people? Go ahead.
I agree that I mean there are definitely safety concerns because you just don't know. But one of the things that I offer my single friends is like, hey, if you want, we could go on a double date, your first date. I don't know that I'd be able to stop anything, but like my husband is very like protective of women, so I know that like if we're in a situation that he would like protect both of like me and my friend.
Yeah, well, you're a good friend for doing that, and especially your husband. I don't know any of my or I don't even think I would have the balls to ask my friend to go on a double date with me, especially if it's a new guy. But you're so nice for that.
I have a policy that if I have to be alive, so does everybody else. So, including dating, you can't violate my life policy.
Yeah. No, I agree because I've actually heard Tinder dating horror stories online. That stuff is actually true. So no, like you're amazing for that. Anyone else want to share? Do you think dating sites are a safe way of meeting people? Anyone else? Well, I'll answer this for myself. So, I could relate to all of you ladies. Like, yeah, it's safe. It's sometimes safe, or no, it's safe. But, like I said, in order for you to feel safe about meeting someone online, you want to get the verification. You want to make sure the person is real. You can, and I don't mean like tell them to send you a picture of them, because they could send you pictures from months ago. Perhaps even get their social media, and pretty sure like when you get someone's Instagram, you get their current pictures if they do post constantly, or if they're posting stories, or you can FaceTime them. You can, if you're comfortable with that, so you get a face on who they actually are. And another way is to make sure, or like Snapchat. Snapchat's like, it's for the younger generation, but Snapchat is actually a good option too, because if they Snapchat you a picture, it's in that moment, or it'll say like picture from like months ago. So that's a way, like I think that's a safe way to know that you're meeting like a person that's a good fit for you. Or well, you won't know until the first date really, but at least you'll feel safe about it. And obviously, like I said, meeting in a public area, that's how you could only make it safe. I would never tell people to meet someone at their house unless like you know the person like from somewhere else. Because I've even had it where I actually matched with people I knew in real life. But anyways, going to question 3. What were some issues you have when you dealt with a dating? Or sorry, what were some issues have you came across and dealt with while being on a dating site? Does anyone want to answer this one? Amanda, you want to share your experience?
Oh gosh, which one?
Anyone. The floor is all you.
Well, I haven't been on a dating site for 8 years, but I will say that like on my Facebook, like it's very apparent that I'm married. Like I have like married to my husband, and I still get hit on so much on Facebook and Meetup randomly and Instagram, and I'm like, if you just looked at my profile, you would know that I am not single.
Yeah. No, you know what? I can relate with you too, not necessarily meaning it's dating apps, but for some apparent reason, like I get so many friend requests like on Facebook, and I'm like, am I linked onto like a Facebook date account? Because all these single men are sending me friend requests, and it wasn't always like this before. And so I don't know, maybe now the generation men are getting thirsty.
I don't know, because they'll even message me and be like, hey, beautiful, and I'm like, married.
Well, sometimes the ring doesn't mean anything for other men.
Right.
Yeah.
One of them responded back, like, happily.
Oh, my gosh, that's
and I was
funny.
like, yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, so some of the current or recent users say that in the past year, online dating has made them feel more pessimist, while 29% say these platforms left them feeling optimistic. Similarly, 32% say online dating sites or apps are made to feel more confident, whereas 25% is left them feeling more insecure. So, I got these statistics from like Pew.com. Like they actually show like dating statistics and everything. And for me, like I can agree. Like I've had my own roller coasters with dating apps. Like one day, I would just be like, okay, let me just see who's out there, and then all of a sudden I would be like, okay, wow, like I'm getting all this attention from guys, and I'll stop using the dating apps. And then down the road, if I don't get certain amount, well, this was me back then, not now, but down the road, I wouldn't get matches, and the messages would be crappy, and so sometimes I would feel insecure about myself. And so sometimes being on dating sites can also pull a toll on you. But I do want to ask this question. have you ever met someone online where it turned out into a long-term relationship?
Okay, this is Tawanda, and I wanted to go back and comment about when you were asking about the safety first of meeting people online, and I wanted to say that I think that we have to be extremely careful. I mean, honestly, not just really dating sites, meeting people in general, because we live in a day and time people are crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like I've heard girls talk about the buddy check. I've known, of course, meeting in a lighted area or a public place. Of course, that makes sense. Also, I've known girls that's gonna go out with a guy and she'll say like, "Let me get your ID. Let me send my friend a copy of it," or you write down his tag number or just something like that. And then also, to be honest with you, we live in a day and time where everybody's either on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. So that also kind of, I think, is really helpful. It just makes sense to do your check, to Google, kind of just see who you're dealing with, because it's extremely important. And to answer your question, I actually met a very good friend from Craigslist. I know that's not really a dating site. Well, I think back in the day it used to be. But I actually met a good friend. They used to have, like, platonic for men looking for men, women looking for women or whatever. But I met a girl from there, and we actually have been friends for about 10 years. So, yeah, I've met. But as far as a guy from a dating site, no. As a matter of fact, I met a guy off Plenty of Fish. I knew that I probably wasn't interested in him romantically, but he seemed like, but our chat was good. And I met him 2 years ago, and we're still friends. We actually text almost every night. Real good guy.
Oh, that's good.
And he said to me, "You're the best thing I met on Plenty of Fish, and you ain't even be my girl." I'm like, "I'm your friend though," because he's a really great listener. Yeah, absolutely. And I met him on Plenty of Fish about 3 years ago. Mhm.
That's great. I'm glad it came out of something positive. But yeah, no, like trust me, Tawanda, I do my whole background research. Whenever like I'm about to meet a guy, like I look up his Instagram, potentially his Facebook, I make sure all the friends and all that. Yeah, that is so important.
Absolutely,
yeah,
yes, ma'am.
I'm glad you met. You were able to meet with it. Yeah. And how about you? Anyone else want to share? Have you ever met someone where it turned into a long-term relationship?
This is Destiny, and well, you guys already know that I met my husband on there for almost 3 years now. So it's been good. I mean, but like in terms of your last question, was there something that like wasn't accessible with dating sites or whatever? You guys wouldn't know, but like I don't know, dating sites for blind people, it's a whole lot different because it's not.
Yeah.
There are sites that you have to go, okay, well, what does this site do? Like, is it accessible to me? Is it?
No,
so
exactly.
It's just a whole lot different for blind people.
I see. No, and I know, like, even when you're saying, like, when you met your significant other, like, on a dating site, and I remember you telling us the story in a later episode about, like how you guys got to know each other. Like, I can see how difficult it is, and plus, at least your mom told you he was an attractive man for you, so she was looking out for you. And I'm glad it's working out for you.
Actually, no. My mom didn't even see him. Like when I first told her, she's like, "You ain't going out with that guy. You ain't doing it." So.
Yeah.
But well,
she likes him,
I'm
right?
21. Yeah, I can. But yeah, she likes the guy. But I mean, first of all, she thought he was gonna be like 110-year-old axe murderer. She's like, "You can't see him," and I'm like, I don't care.
Well, you know what? At least you found true love. That's all that matters.
Yes.
Okay, definitely. So, for question number 6, Have you ever been ghosted by someone you